Welcome back to my channel. Guys, it's been very clear at the moment, to be honest with you, just keeping it very simple. It's been very clear that a lot of what you guys are facing at the moment is just simple things like anxiety and fear on content. And it's been very clear because I've posted videos lately and content that is performing the best. Those videos is directly helping you guys, you entrepreneurs, with overcoming anxiety on camera, with overcoming fears on camera, with understanding yourself and how to outsmart yourself on camera. So that's obviously the premise of today's video, and why I'm coming here to discuss why entrepreneurs cannot get sales through content at the moment. And this is obviously speaking in April 2026. I want to discuss a couple different things that could be the cause to why a lot of entrepreneurs aren't getting sales right now. And the number one thing is right now that I'm seeing, because I've obviously experienced this for a moment myself in my own company, and obviously that's basing most of my marketing on YouTube and IG, just to give you the clarity. Most of what I've been seeing is that a lot of the market is in this quite detectable and tangible or noticeable kind of deficit of will to act, will to invest, and will to invest in coaching right now. The coaching space is a little bit it's a little bit of a gray area, if you ask me, right now, especially when more than ever people are realizing that you can build accreditation through tangible proof shown and proof of process. So everyone on the platforms, entrepreneur-wise, is doing the same thing. We're documenting the process, but the problem is, because there's obviously people who hold weight in the market, like myself and some other competition, we tend to lead the market in certain directions with content, with formats, with how content looks, with how it's produced, and then the market falls into copying and kind of using a lot of what others do to mold your own kind of content formula. And then often we complain because we don't get listened to and it's not feeling that authentic. But again, it's not coming from your complete lens and not fully your authentic lens. You see, I find this massive urge and need in my own business flow towards strategizing content, but uniquely myself. I don't want to look at other people. I'm sure it's value to look at your competition and understand what they're doing, what they're not. But for me to stand out and differentiate myself completely in the market and above my competition, it means that I can't be the same. It means I have to stand out against them, and uniqueness matters more than doing what is working. And this is something I want to just put towards you guys and just maybe open your minds a little bit towards. It's okay to be the guy doing something different for a while. It's okay to be the guy doing something maybe slightly controversial on camera because it's not seen before. Don't think just because your ideas, your expertise, your knowledge and skills and the way you do things is not going to work. To be honest with you, if it's something that is not present and not seen before in the market, it's probably going to work, and it might just take a little bit of time just to almost prove itself. Just get it out there, show why it's unique and valuable and differentiated. And often finding your own way, your own completely unique way in content, that's how to post, how you speak, how you edit, colors you edit in, tone of voice, what clothes you wear. You can see, for example, I wear a lot of black clothing. It's for a mysterious look and feel, and it matches with the music behind the videos that I post, which is often using Dark Knight music, or a lot of Hans Zimmer, and it's all emotionally driven. But again, that's my content style. You guys have to find your own style, and realizing that doing it through the scarier lens is going to be the more unique lens. And what I mean by the scarier lens is it's the one that's yours. Stop copying and start stealing those things that you love. Make sure it's yours though. You cannot be posting and editing content feeling like you are taking away from yourself, or you can't edit content in a way that is actually contributing to someone else's marketing because you're using their formats. That's also something that's pretty consistent. But the point here is that we need to focus on being ourselves, especially with content and editing. And even if you're not crazy technical with it and you don't personally edit your videos at a crazy high level and you maybe get someone else to do it, still all this uniqueness matters. If you have an editor doing stuff for you, it is so important that that editor is creating a completely new angle. He's capturing you, your mind, your expertise, how you think, how you don't think on camera, and in a way that at first glance is probably going to be haven't seen this before. Why would that ever be something that's wrong? You know what I mean? I think that's also something we've forgotten. A lot of the content is very generic right now, very, very generic. It's very towards like making others feel a certain way and feel like they can see themselves in your journey or whatever that may be. But again, for me, when I'm scrolling on IG or YouTube through like a strategic standpoint, I'm trying to find content that I personally am affected by. Therefore, I want to take those principles. It's the content that is so uniquely different from everything else that I see, the stuff that is in between all the shit that really is so different and unique and comes from someone's mind and is creative enough. That's the stuff that captures me. It's something real, tangible, and it's something that I can literally say like straight to you, to that person, is incredible. Like that piece of work is incredible, it's unique, and it is literally showing something new, something that I haven't seen before. And again, this is, we're, as coaches even, a lot of us are talking about stuff that already exists, theories that exist, methodologies that exist. So why the fuck are they important through you? That's what I'm talking about. You and the way you are formed is what makes that shit important. So that uniqueness and that unique lens stands out when it's yours. For example, I don't give a shit for bright colors. You can see a lot of my stuff is cold. That's because I have a personal love and attachment to dark cinematography. It stems from my childhood. I've always loved the Batman films and all of those kind of, for example, like Matt Reeves, the cinematographer Matt Reeves, he edits or he shoots his films very dark, often sometimes uses anamorphic lenses. All of these things are things that I include in my content, and not a single soul on this platform does. And it's not, you know what I mean? Like, it's not to say that the content isn't using what is working. It's doing exactly that. It's taking your attention because it's something new. It's something that actually is a created piece of art, and then you're showing that piece of art. And really the difference here is start thinking, start strategizing, and start planning out your content deeper. Then you might be like I've been in the loop of just, Monday comes and it's like, okay, I know I have to get a video out today to drive conversions and to drive traffic. That's not deep enough for you to achieve the goal that you want to build an empire, to build a personal brand. That's not fucking deep enough. You have to understand, for example, through data, that client results and posts about your context and your past, for example, paired, might be one of the strongest position content formats that you can do. And that's not an edit that you've seen consistently on Instagram, or a type of content that you keep seeing, like, squish, and then you get the black trim on the outside, and it's posting, maybe making your audience feel like they achieved success. For example, POV, you and bro made it. The stuff doesn't work. It's nothing that's unique, and it's not you. Like, that's my point. If you want to start really doing the business and conducting the business that I think we know that we can all get to, or some of us know that we can get to, it's going to be done when you're fully yourself and when you're acting from your most powerful self. And if that's not visible on content through how you project and through how you post, trust me, it's going to hold you back. And there's some clear things that we can do to reach those levels of clarity, so that we aren't copying and we're actually building our own unique style that becomes what others eventually will see as that thing that works. You know what I mean? Like, you need to be that person, so you need to hold your ground long enough in your own fucking way for other people to actually see that. And again, it's only going to be done through actually just taking the time, making the mistakes, A and B testing, learning from data. Every single month, for example, I do multiple data analysis kind of days where I just sit down and I understand what's happening on my content, IG and YouTube, what's not happening. You know what I mean? What videos are working, what videos aren't working, what to cut, what not to cut. And every single week, my content strategy and I, on camera, get deeper and get more planned and more structured and more theorized, to the point of which it's my style, no one else's style, and others look at my style and see value in it because it is so unique and so powerful, and actually magnetizes and pulls people in. And that's gonna bring me to the second thing that I want to say in this video, is that people just don't have magnetism right now. Like, it's the simplest thing. There's a simple goal. You want to do business on content. Why people aren't getting sales on content is because people are not talking in a way that they are fucking magnetized. And I'm going to say it very clearly. It's about getting to the stage in yourself where you're prepared, you're learning, and you're strategized. Maybe you're even paying mentors, for example, and you're in a place of conviction and clarity. There's so much in your perception, all of its components inside of your perception, all of the components inside your perception are going to add to what is magnetism. The electrons in your body, when they're activated, spin a certain way, and when they're deactivated or non-active, they spin the opposite way, and they resist and push things from you. And I literally have to get your mind to the understanding that if you can build your perception through clarity and understanding, you can literally charge yourself. On camera, it's going to be felt. You can literally be more magnetic with how you speak because you understand how you speak, what to speak, how you have spoken, and everything in between. And it, again, just comes into a single thing, strategizing and actually taking the time to just look and think, even meditate on it if you must. That's literally what I do almost on a daily basis. So again, number two is, it's a simple reason, but why entrepreneurs aren't getting sales, it almost, directly corresponds to the first one I said here. But it is because we're not speaking often through a place where we're magnetized. And that is, again, if you want to correspond it to the first one, you might not even be speaking through your own curated lens and your own curated and designed type of content. So why would you be speaking with magnetism, for example? So around all of these things, we can understand that most of this is inside of structure and planning that can really help push you forward in regards of being that guy who's making sales on content. You want to post a video on IG or YouTube and you want to be able to make sales from it, get inbound DMs. I understand, we've been here for long enough, we all get the picture. But again, most of this is going to come from an internal switch in you. It's not like some lack of structure or lack of system that you're probably going to hear time and time again and for the next year consistently because other people are using AI softwares and directing their marketing. Everyone sounds the same. Really just being you, again, takes you all the way out of that, immediately out of that, and sets you aside and differentiates you. So once again, I want to just come in here and just show you that most of this is going to be solved through you and you alone, and when you just confront yourself and your own competence and ability in what you're doing and what you're not doing. Strategizing can take you into complete clarity. It can literally set you free. There's no other simpler way to say it. Then number three on why entrepreneurs are posting and not getting sales on content right now, it is also because of something that's happening in the market. It's not all because of you, right? There is a massive trust deficit, and it's because of the presence of how many consultants, how many coaches, how many experts are out there. When there's an insane rise in supply, demand will kind of change and alter a little bit. So we do have to change the way we're giving to the actual supply of consultants, because there's no shortage in the supply. So you have to focus on demand right now, and that's where you're going to make a lot of sales, not through supplying the same generic shit, but through supplying something more niche, more specific to the market. And that's where you're probably going to stick out right now. It's, again, because most of the people are realizing that you can be a growth operator online if you learn a certain expertise, solve that expertise through a little content lens. It becomes a very, very interesting market when everyone's the same, when everyone holds the same information, expertise. Again, I start paying attention to the ones that are unique and talking about something more specific, more rare. So again, that end of the day thing could also just be simply because you aren't speaking specific enough anymore and you do sound the same. The online market or social media right now, it's a very big ocean of individuals, and there's no shortage in the supply of experts and consultants on the platforms. But there is a shortage of those individuals creating demand for themselves and for their product through something completely unique. So stop focusing on just giving a supply of what is needed. Start focusing on giving a supply of something specific that can be needed in a market that will pay a shitload for it and actually has demand and a space for you to create more demand. That's where we should be looking right now. I mean, you know what I mean? The more you question, should I go into this online business, the more you're going to set yourself back, the less failure that you're actually involving in then the less actual like solution that you're actually finding. So all I can say is go make the mistakes, go try something else, go try something new, and don't be the same copy. Don't be the same as everyone else. If you want to make sales online right now, be something different, unique, be something that makes me think, something controversial, even something that holds me for a second, holds my attention enough, makes me fucking actually perceive differently. And that's how you guys can do it. It's how a lot of people are still cutting through. And it's how that's how I'm making sales online right now. I've got 2.1 million in leads right now, and that's US dollars. I'll put it on screen right now. $2.163 million in leads right now, and that's through my profile funnels alone. So if you guys want the proof, it's there. All I had to do was be myself and actually hold my own ground in my own like persona, and be confident to myself, my own ways of thinking, and share that through my own lens. And that's how I've been noticed, and that's how my personal brand has started to grow. And then again at the end there, it's just a reminder to, even down to your product and what you are selling, how you are messaging it into the market, make sure you're focusing on demand, not supply right now, because supply is very, very, very high. That is literally the simplest equation that I can deliver for you to help you guys sell more on content right now, just in a one-on-one conversation. So if you enjoyed this video and if it helped, I hope it did, of course, you guys can just drop a subscribe or follow me. It's the free thing that you can do to stay along and to still get the education while I go. And for those of you who want to work one-on-one with me, I've got multiple things at the moment running, so you can maybe send me a DM on Instagram and we can have a discussion and see where you're at. But I do have to say, I've got a new special invite right now that is specific to entrepreneurs outsmarting themselves on camera. So if you want to increase your confidence on camera, increase your actual like understanding of yourself on camera, your level of planning and strategy before you click record, so that you can get on top of yourself and outsmart yourself on camera, send me a message at Matt the Strategist on Instagram, and my team will get directly back to you, and we'll set you up with an appointment where you can speak one-on-one with me or my head of sales, and we're going to basically just see what would be the best route for you to take, whether or not it's with me. So if you want to do that, just send me a message on Instagram and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching. Ciao.